All right, here's another film recommendation video. These are my top five TV shows. The first TV show that I want to talk about is this TV show from India. It's called Made in Heaven. It's a story of two wedding planners in India where tradition jostles with modern aspirations against the backdrop of big fat Indian weddings revealing many secrets and lies. So this has about two seasons, and the basic premise of this show is that every episode is about the wedding of two people, and it tells you the story of their family, but also tells you the story of the people planning the wedding through the season. So you get to really understand Indian urban society in a lot of ways, and how weddings are a big way to demonstrate your wealth and success, but also this union of two people coming together. And it's such an important part of an individual's life, and how that decision has an effect on the family and the couple, and tells you more about the individual, their views on the world, their views on intimacy, their views on family. So you get to understand a lot about human nature and behavior as you watch this film. And I think Tara and Arjun, the two main wedding planners in this show, their stories also told really vulnerably and honestly. And it's the cast around this show that really got me excited when it came out. And I love both the seasons, and I highly recommend it. The second show I want to recommend is The Haunting of Hill House. This was recommended to me by my sister. It's based on a story by Shirley Jackson. Oops.
I'm sure we can handle any.
And there's a family of six people. They go to a house, and there are certain things that happen in that house that lead to them leaving it. But their experience in that house really affected them for the rest of their lives. And I think it's horror at its best. It's psychological horror. This is one of the shows that, even though I'm not a big fan of the horror genre, I think it really leaves you with a chill down your spine. And if you want good horror, I think the Mike Flanagan sort of movies are great. Like, he's such a brilliant horror writer. But this movie really shows you how the psychological part about horror is the one that really scares me. And the five or six people that play the main roles, I think what's beautiful about this film is how it goes from the past to the present, and it shows you different aspects of the characters' lives and how incidents in that house affected them for the rest of their lives. And it also teaches you a lot about family, and the how it gets harder to stay in touch as you grow older, and growing distant from your loved ones, even though you don't want to. So, The Haunting of Hill House by Mike Flanagan. The next show that I'd like to recommend is Broadchurch. I'm a big fan of British crime dramas, and I think they do a really good job with the shows they make. Again, as you can see, I'm not using Letterbox this time. I'm using IMDb because Letterbox does not have TV shows. But this is an investigative sort of crime documentary. The two people you see on the poster, David Tennant and Olivia Colman, they play detectives who are investigating the murder of a young boy in a small coastal town, and it's this particular murder affects everyone in the city, and it's about how they reveal and find out who the person that committed the crime was. And in the process, a lot of relationships are lost, and it has some brilliant twists and turns. And I really think it's one of the finer crime documentary shows I've seen. The next thing is another British comedy show, Derek, with Ricky Gervais, and he's like a local nursing home care assistant, who sees only the good in his quirky co-workers as they struggle against prejudice and shrinking budgets to care for their elderly residents. So a lot of older people stay in this house. Derek is on the spectrum, and he also works in this place. He really loves his job, and I think this show's all about kindness, being kind to people in the most difficult times of their lives, and how the people that work in the nursing home show and demonstrate some of the best qualities about being human. I love the cast. They're so lovable and kind and relatable. So this show just made me so happy, and I really liked Derek's character, and it's also quite well written. So it's a feel-good show that I highly recommend. And finally, The Office. Now, this is a group, it's a mockumentary on a group of typical office workers where the workday consists of ego clashes, inappropriate behavior, and tedium. I think it's a paper selling company called Dunder Mifflin, and it's about what happens in the office on a day to day basis. We spend so much time at work with the people that we work with on a day to day basis, the best hours of our day. So I think it's a funny show about what happens in a paper company, a small paper company. And whenever I'm hungry or I need to eat something, I just put up an episode of this show, and it always leaves me with a laugh. So yeah, these are my five shows: Made in Heaven, The Haunting of Hill House, Broadchurch, Derek, and The Office. And yeah, I hope you subscribe to this channel for more such film recommendations, and TV show recommendations as well. It really means a lot to me, and it really helps the channel. Thank you again.